Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 25th. We are just going to jump right in here. You have this Triumph over Adversity card and this True Love and Fidelity card, so love it. You know, a lot of people have been getting these cards of like overcoming obstacles. Now, it is a time of overcoming obstacles, but again, this is like, you know, unfortunately, this isn't necessarily going to be like easy overcoming obstacles. This is like the type of obstacle where you have to look at the obstacles that you are experiencing and then you have to research a way to overcome it, right? So if you look for a solution to your problems, like, oh my God, believe it or not, you're going to find it. But, you know, like I said in all the 2025 readings at the beginning of the year, like, you know, what I said is that this year is like kind of like squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know, that's like a good way to describe the energy of 2025 is like people who, you know, put the work in are going to get the result. And I know that sounds obvious, but I don't know, why haven't you done it yet is what I would say, right? And so I would be putting in the effort. It's not like you're looking for problems. I think the best thing to do right now, Virgo, is to look for just friction. You know, anywhere in your life where things are slow, how can you speed it up? And again, it's probably one of the most spiritually profitable activities that we could do right now. It's not the number one that we can do, but it's one of the good things that we could do right now. You have the Two of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Definitely could be love with that Knight of Cups. So if you've been getting love, even in your last reading, I don't know what's going on here, but even with in your last reading I did for you, there was like a surprising amount of love for you, Virgo. You have the Knight of Cups here as well, the Ten of Pentacles. I consider the Ten of Pentacles to be the best love card in the deck. Yeah, it's a Pentacle card, but it's also a card of everything you want and desire in your life, so it is a very good love card for sure. But definitely could be a very solid connection coming in for you with the Two of Pentacles. I also, this is very good for those of you that are working towards a harvest, right? Like starting with the Two of Pentacles and ending with the Ten of Pentacles, like it's set up here in this reading. The Two of Pentacles, there are some cards in the tarot I call clue cards, and sometimes the Two of Pentacles is a clue card for a settlement for me as a reader. And, not always, but definitely in this reading, just looking at everything here, it's like if you've really been putting the work in, hoping for a better result, like in the future, if you've been working towards a result, then this is very good for you here, Virgo. You have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, like I said, I think there could be just like this week, maybe a little bit of love. Obviously there aren't, 900 cards or anything that are talking about love in this reading, but, definitely possible. So if you're looking for love, could be like a little bit of a knight in shining armor coming in for you. I am getting like the word flow. I feel this could be something that just flows into your life. So, it could be one of those things where you're not really, looking for a connection anyway, but I do feel love here. You have the Six of Pentacles. Again, whatever you're hoping, I would be working on a harvest if you're not already. Again, I always like to remind people, like, tarot cannot make anything happen for you. Tarot is loose guidance at best. Tarot is energy that you can work with or not. So this reading, to me, like the main theme of this reading, just real quick, if I were to look at everything here and say, like, what is the main theme? It is a harvest, right? The potential future harvest that you could potentially have. Six of Pentacles says, obviously, to have a harvest, you have to plant seeds, right? So, if you're thinking about working on something here, Virgo, and you're hoping for money in the future, then I would get to work on whatever you're thinking about here. I would also say, didn't I say this to you in the bonus reading I just did for you? It's like, I get this feeling like that maybe something is going to take like 6 months or, it's like something is going to take time. But I want to tell you that it's going to be so worth it, Virgo, and I feel like I just said this to you. And, again, we start with money a little bit here in the reading, and then we end with it. It's like we could pretend that last row is really talking about the future. So, I don't know, I just get this feeling for you that, like, something that you could be working on that might take some time is going to be worth it in the future for sure. I actually didn't want to do that. So, we're going to come back to those two cards. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. Hangman is about new perspectives, which we all I talk about this all the time, that we are in a time of new perspectives. We have to be willing to see things from new perspectives. I think you are ready to start something new as well. Two of Pentacles, he's kind of like spinning plates, he's doing a lot. The Hangman, he's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. And his head is glowing, but he's not really moving forward. And so I feel for a lot of you, this could be like forward movement. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So if you are attracting love, you could be obviously attracting a person that really wants to work on a team. One thing I would say is I do feel like there's something extra. Like, if you're meeting a person, there's something like extra special going on here. He has this water triangle right here and this fire triangle right down here. That fire triangle on the Three of Pentacles represents the fact that he went just like a little bit above and beyond on the project. But I am if this is a person, I feel like maybe there's something like a little extra special about them, or there's something extra that stands out. I think you will notice whatever this is, so I would pay attention to it. I would also say, again, if over the next 6 months, I don't know why 6 months keeps popping into my head, but it does. And what I would say is, if over the next 6 months you're working on a project, you don't have to go crazy, right? But, maybe making it just a little bit extra unique or a little bit extra special. Again, he's not burning himself out, like over-delivering, going nuts, right, on a project. He's maybe making something look just a little bit extra, something a little bit extra special, a little extra special touch. And so, again, if you're working on something like a project, a business, anything for work, over the next 6 months, I think doing that would be very profitable for you, for sure. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Tower. Every single person has had the Tower again this week, so it wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of global Tower moment going on this week. We're in a time of global Tower moment, so wouldn't really surprise me. The other thing is that you have the World, so Tower to the World can definitely be a move, and some of you could be thinking about moving. I also feel for some of you that you could, I feel like this is you. You could be causing a Tower moment, for a person. And, this could also be in work or business as well. If someone is breadcrumbing you, again, breadcrumbing doesn't have to just be love. A boss can breadcrumb you. It's I've heard stories of people who have bosses where it's their boss says, oh, I can't give you a raise, and then, the next day pulls up in a brand new Lamborghini, right? It's obviously doesn't care about their employees that much, right? So, again, I think for a lot of you, this is basically saying, it's you can be breadcrumbed in work and business, pretty much anywhere, and you could be, creating a change because of that. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Communication is Key card. You have this North Node card. It says step out of your comfort zone. I'm smiling because, Virgo. South Node is in your sign right now. North Node is in Pisces. So definitely a very good time for you to step out of a comfort zone, try new things. I think that in love, that communication could be very important for you. I feel like one thing I will say, Virgo, is if you are attracting a person, it feels, maybe you're second guessing things here, or it might be them. I'm not sure, but it's kind of I have that feeling. It's how sometimes you meet a person who's very direct, but it's almost like they are so direct that you almost don't believe it. It's sometimes you meet those people that are just they say what they mean. And then but because most people aren't direct, I think when we meet a person like that, we're like what are they hiding, right? Or something like that. So again, I feel that if you are dealing with a new person, this could be business as well. I am getting that. If you're meeting a new person, new boss or something, they might be very direct. And it's there is nothing to read between the lines here, right? I feel, especially in love as well, if you're meeting a very direct person, they mean what they say. There is no mystery, there. And I don't know, it's popping into my head. You have the High Priestess, the World, and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, then I think with that North Node, the High Priestess is saying it's kind of time for you to, try to achieve your destiny or something like that. The North Node is your destiny. Some people say the North Node is the head of the dragon. It is the kind of the aiming, it is the part of your destiny that aims at something, right? And, again, I think a lot of you could be kind of using that energy to accomplish something that you are destined to accomplish at this time. And so whatever that may be. And so I think that would be good for you. I think that a lot of you could, or I also have learning popping into my head with the High Priestess, interestingly enough, as well. And so that, there could be a lot of good things that you could learn at this time. The other thing I'm getting here is that, again, she is a card of full potential, and a lot of you could be really exploring your full potential at this time, which, that would represent, we have to leave a comfort zone to do that. You have the World. Definitely could be some sort of accomplishment coming in for you here. Again, I wouldn't be, like I said, literally every single person I've read for so far this week has had the Tower. every time this happens, something in the world happens, so, don't be surprised, is what I would say there. But I would also say the world is a card of an accomplishment. The other thing I would say is that the world is a very important card. Like, I really feel we are in a time where we can create, we all are co-creating, like, a new world, right? But I think we just have to fill this world, the new one, that we're in right now, with good ideas or better ideas. So, don't be afraid to, like, fill this world with, like, new ideas. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is fulfillment or wish fulfillment. But, what the thing I will say is that you go Nine of Cups, Eight of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles. So we have an eclipse on the 21st of September coming, next month coming up in your sign, Virgo. And, again, you have this Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. So, again, you could, with the Tower here, you could be choosing to walk away from something that no longer serves you, but obviously you're walking towards something better. Ten of Pentacles. Again, it's kind of funny because this actually reminds me of the Ace of Swords, right? The Ace of Swords is a very good card, but the Ace of Swords cuts both ways. And so it's like sometimes we have to make a sacrifice or cut one thing out so we can have what we really want. And, that's what it looks like to me here, Virgo. So let's see. With the High Priestess, you have the Ace of Cups. It could be a Pisces for some of you, sure. You have two Pisces cards here if you're looking for love. Knight of Cups. As always, Scorpio as well. Could be another Virgo as well, I'm getting, but, whatever. I do think there's clearly could be a solid connection. I'm not so sure, like, are you doing anything about this week? I don't know. I don't feel, if I'm being honest with you, I just don't feel very strong about it. I don't think that's good or bad. I think maybe you're just focused on other things this week. But again, that doesn't mean that you won't have love either. With the World, you have the Page of Wands. Yes, everybody needs to explore right now. I've been begging people to do this. People who explore variety are going to be the most successful in the future, meaning, like, anything you're doing, exploring all the ways there are of getting it to work, all the ways to do it are going to be very successful, and that's what I would do with the Page of Wands. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is about kind of like seeing things clearly. One thing about towers is that, a tower is about coming down to reality. It is about kind of like escaping the matrix and, seeing things for how they really are. So tower moments can bring clarity, but I think you are clear maybe on a tower moment that you are going to create for maybe other people, or, again, we can create tower moments and it's like not a disaster. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's like leaving one job and going to another one is a tower moment. You're entering into a new reality. It's like that's not a bad thing, right? So, definitely something I would think about. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Strength card and this Release card. Yes, I think you have to have the strength to walk away from something that no longer serves you, which we all do. I think this isn't right. It's like this is one of those moments, maybe, Virgo, where, and this could be happening over the next month, I would say. Even though this is a weekly reading, today is August 19th. I'll be publishing it on the 20th. And, obviously the day after it's published is the 21st. So, like, over the next month between now and your eclipse in September, I think that it wouldn't surprise me if some of you were walking away from something. But this feels to me like one of those things where it's like, you want to walk away from something, but you just haven't been. And then, like, after you do it, I think you'll feel a lot better, right? It's like sometimes I think we hold on to those things, just anything, and we, kind of don't want to release whatever we need to release, and then when we do it, we feel so much better, and that's kind of the feeling I get here, for sure. You show up here, it's like you're calling the shots here, Virgo. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength, allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel like you're showing up in a very strong position. Definitely time to, like, shine your inner light more. He's got that star and that lantern. I love I don't think there's anything wrong with the Hermit, but what I will say, South Node in Virgo, right? I think this is a very common energy right now, Hermit energy. The thing is like he needs to realize that he's earned his right to shine his light. He's keeping it hidden in this lantern. The other problem I have is that, as far as karma is concerned, when we look at people who are born with the South Node in Virgo, North Node in Pisces, right, in their natal chart, those people, it's like typically in their past life, they, like, escaped to a mountain, like the Hermit. And they did this to almost like punish the world. It's like, imagine if you were really hurt in a relationship and you said, you know what, I'm never going to date again because I'm going to punish the world because this person hurt me by, just taking myself out of the world and making myself unavailable, right, to the world. It's like, that's kind of like, South Node Virgo, North Node Pisces type of stuff. But it doesn't have to be love. It could be anything. It's like maybe people in your past life didn't appreciate your ideas. And so then maybe you punished the world and you said, you know what, I'm never going to share my ideas again, right? And so in this right now, because we have this energy, South Node Virgo, North Node Pisces, I believe that we need to make sure we're shining bright. And it doesn't have anything to do with punishing anything. Like, I don't think people are necessarily saying that. But again, I think we need to make sure that we are shining. You have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, only card in the tarot with an eclipse on it right here. So you are clearly eclipsing something out of your life. I just feel like saying good riddance. Like, honestly, I feel like if you are cutting something out of your life, that you are going to be so happy you did, The other thing I'm getting here is that you could really be adding something into your life as well, which I'm a big fan of right now. Even last night, I had a class. I've been taking this class every single Monday based off of a hobby I have, and I'm a little old man. So, like, I go to bed at 8 o'clock, and I stayed out till 9, and I have to drive like 40 minutes home from this anyway. And so but I've been having a lot of fun meeting these people, right? But I am a little bit tired right now. And so what I will say is it has added so much to my life. I've been telling pretty much everybody about it, not to talk about myself, but because, like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like people should be excited about this stuff, like the opportunities that exist right now. And I think, I really think a good opportunity that exists is just simply getting out into the world and enjoying yourself. And this could be like taking a class based off of a hobby like I'm doing. It could be whatever the hell you want. But I think that getting out into the world, there's like a lot of benefits to it. So yeah, there you go. Even though you might be tired on Tuesday, that's fine. You have the Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare. It is interesting. I've seen this energy a lot recently as well. And the Nine of Swords is something that is just like going round and round. He's having a nightmare. He's woken up. He's stuck in a nightmare. And so the whole point of the card is that he has to end a nightmare. He has to like end something so that it doesn't keep repeating. And, I would definitely do that with this card. Like, if there are any nightmares in your life, and it doesn't even have to be that big of a deal. It could be your mother-in-law. Maybe you have to stop spending time with her, right? Maybe you have to. Maybe you go to dinner with her every single Monday. Maybe it's time to go join a class so you can stop, so you can end the nightmare, right? And so I don't think this is a big deal, but there you go. With the Hermit, you have two cards. You have the Page of Cups and the Sun. Very good. You could be attracting a person where that gets you a lot of attention. It's like kind of interesting how this is popping into my head here, Virgo. It's one of those, like, I don't know. I feel that for some of you, it's like you might be attracting a person where it's like literally when you start dating this person, you start getting more attention. I'm not necessarily talking about love either. It's like this is something like in business. It's like maybe people tell you, hey, like you're glowing. Like that type of energy is what I'm getting here. So, that could be very good if you're dating a person. I feel like this is like a very happy situation though. Sun is a lot of happiness. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Magician. It's an excellent time for you to reinvent yourself. Like, if I were a Virgo, this is one thing I would really be focusing on. I mean, I literally said it in your last reading. I made a butterfly joke. I don't remember what I said, but whatever. And, again, I think if I were a Virgo, this is one thing I'd really be focusing on. Like, who do I want to be? That would be the question I would ask myself. And, like, what parts of me are not that person yet that I want to be? And, what do I need to upgrade, enhance? What tools do I need to use to become that thing? And that's it. That's what I would focus on, Virgo, because, like, literally, I feel Virgo has the best opportunity to completely reinvent themselves right now, and it will be a good thing. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Three of Wands. See, you've outgrown something. This gives me the energy of having moved past something, but in the sense of, like, sometimes in life I think we have those relationships with people where we argue with them a lot, or we want to rip their head off, or whatever, right? And so bear with me. I'm getting a story here. And I feel like the Three of Wands is saying, it's almost like you've matured past something. And I'm not saying it's like an argument with people or anything like that. Literally, it could be anything. But whatever you feel like you're maturing past, I think the answer is yes. It's like this is saying, yes, you have. And so keep doing whatever you're doing. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Beauty Elevates card in this Choices card, this Javelina card. Probably my favorite card in this deck. I just love this for some reason. But I feel for a lot of you that, again, you could really be standing out at this time. That card says Beauty Elevates, and you have the Ten of Pentacles here. The Ten of Pentacles is kind of like the ultimate version of something. And so, again, I said this with the Three of Pentacles, that if you're creating anything, especially creating, but, anything that you're working on, just adding that little bit extra, could make all the difference in the world. Ten of Pentacles is also excellent for love. Again, it is kind of like everything you want and desire in a connection. So if you're looking for love, I do feel a lot of you could be attracting like a very strong connection or very loving connection. But yeah, it looks pretty good. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles could be a big opportunity coming in for you. The Magician is pointing straight towards it here. Now, the thing is, it's like sometimes, maybe this is saying that he's pointing towards the Ace of Pentacles. But, to get that opportunity, maybe there are certain things that he has to do. Like, he has to become a certain type of person to get this Ace of Pentacles, right? So, it's like a lot of the times I'll see people who... It's like, the best example I can give you, Virgo, is I used to get this question on my channel all the time. People would say, I want to write a book. Should I write a book? And I used to tell those people, I'm like, well, real writers write. So it doesn't matter if it's successful or not. If you want to be a writer, then you have to be writing every single day. That's what real writers do, right? And so it's like, that's the energy I get here. It's like, if there's something you want to be, all you have to do is be it. You just have to be that thing, right? And I think, like, is it going to lead to success overnight? Probably not. But, again, if you do it, you will probably eventually become successful. So it's like you have to look at, like, what are the things I need to do to be the thing I want to be? You have the Six of Wands, and you will have a victory if you do that. So Six of Wands is a victory, a big success, a big win coming in for you. So I feel like there could be a big win coming in with the Six of Wands. And I also feel like you could be being celebrated. So I do like to see that there, Virgo. I'm not really getting much else on that card. But let's see what's going on. With the Six of Pentacles, yeah, well, sure, we'll take both. Why not? You have the Ace of Swords, like I said, and the Star. I literally said I was getting that Ace of Swords feeling from this reading. I think it's probably one of the things, the main focuses of the reading as well, is like cutting one thing out to have something better. Also, starting with the Tower and then ending with the Star is very good, obviously. In the Major Arcana, we go from the Tower to the Star, and the Star kind of represents healing from a Tower moment. So I definitely wouldn't worry about that Tower, but I also do kind of feel it saying that you could be cutting something out to have a victory. And you have this card here. It's a triumph over adversity. So again, the Ace of Swords is like triumph over an obstacle. So you could be overcoming an obstacle. Yes, with the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Empress. Yes, you just have to become the thing you want to be, right? The Empress is a card of self-care, card of abundance, card of fertility, card of being able to be abundant as well, being able to create it. So this could say you're very attractive at this time, Virgo, if you're looking for love. But, this is also a great card for doing work. Now, but she's not doing hard work, right? There's a big difference. She just has to wave that scepter in front of her, and the wheat in front of her will grow. And so she is doing efficient work, which is what I would focus on if I were you. With the Six of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, Five of Cups and the good stuff is gratitude. It basically would say that you are being grateful at this time, or you're creating a lot of gratefulness here, or maybe you're just feeling very grateful, Virgo. So I definitely like to see that for sure. But yeah, that looks really good. You have this Wedge card. It says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Like, everybody needs to be careful of this right now. I don't know what's going on, but since I would say since last year, this card comes up a lot in the readings, and it just seems to me like, especially if you have jealous people, that are hating on a relationship or something else, I would just be careful of that. You have this Younger Woman card. It says dealings with relationships with a woman. You have this Heart card. It says love, deep affection, and caring. So yeah, I mean, this could be love coming in for you. Could also be a friend, that is very caring for you here, Virgo. So that looks good. You have this Crib card. It says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. Again, you do have the Empress, which is very good birth, fertility energy. And, this card obviously could be you birthing something new. And it doesn't have to be a baby, obviously. As a matter of fact, I don't really, feel that necessarily. I think this is something new. You have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. Obviously, 10 of Pentacles. Again, I'm not saying this is going to be like easy, but it will be worth it. I also think that this is something that, could take 6 months. Now, again, people always leave me comments. They're like, 6 months? I don't have 6 months. I'm like, it's not like you're going to make $0 from now until, 6 months from now. You're going to be making money, and hopefully things will be progressing over time. I'm just saying, like, to get to the, to get that, whatever it is that you're doing established, is going to take 6 months, and then it'll probably go up from there. But it's not, like I said, it's not like you're making $0 until 6 months from now, and then all of a sudden magically you're gonna make money, right? So again, I wouldn't like worry too much about that. You have this camel card that says persevere and you will overcome problems. I mean, sure, obviously, but to me, you have 3 aces in this reading, and so I think you could be overcoming an obstacle anyway. But this looks really good, Virgo. I love this for you. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.